This is a Dayton 24/7 Now Code Red Weather Alert.
Well, we've been keeping up to date for the last 3+ hours now as we've been under that Code Red Weather Alert. Our area has been seeing strong to severe storms, potential tornadoes even. This is a live look outside from our Eco Plumber Skycam right now. So we know we have damage tonight. We know we have it in a couple different locations, Greenville and Fort Recovery, and potentially others as we continue to try to gather what happened tonight.
Yeah, we certainly do. Now, none of these are tornado or confirmed tornadoes. Obviously, the National Weather Service will be heading out, but we still have some things that we need to worry about even into tomorrow. But right now, the Miami Valley is still under a tornado watch. So we want to send things right over to Chief Meteorologist Natalie Walters. Natalie, I know that you've been talking for several hours now as the storms moved through the Miami Valley, but at this moment, are there any areas that we really need to worry about as folks head off to bed?
Yeah, thankfully, storms have now pushed their way off to the east. So here's a look at our tornado watch. So technically, Dayton's still under a tornado watch. Along south of I-70, still under that tornado watch, but that severe threat has diminished for our region as these storms have made their way off to the east. Wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service ends up dropping this tornado watch here shortly as these storms have made their way off to the east. So it has been a very active night. There you can see the storms moving through. We still have technically a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for Clinton County, but our main severe storms have pushed eastward. We'll continue to monitor this line to our south, which I will say is posing a flooding concern for the Cincinnati area. You can see they actually have some very heavy rain there. Our latest tornado warning is now just north of the Columbus region, but the rest of us sitting quieter and clearer, and that'll be the trend overnight. Wanted to talk about the two areas that we've been talking about up in Mercer as well as into Greenville. We can see in Darke County, we had this area of rotation move through north of Greenville. Reports of damage through the Greenville area. Very likely a tornado that was there. National Weather Service will go out, survey damage to determine exactly what it was. And then we also had this storm, Fort Recovery through Mercer County, also had reports of some damage there as well. So we're going to continue to track this. We have another risk for some storms tomorrow. I'll have more coming up.
All right, and as Natalie alluded to, Greenville, one of the areas that we know for a fact was hit by these storms tonight, a potential tornado even. Gwyneth Falloon has been up there for a while now, speaking with survivors and people that were impacted by some of this storm damage. Where are you right now, Gwen, and what are you seeing?
Yeah, Adam, I'm still here in pretty much the heart of Greenville. I am on Miami right now in between South Chippewa and Hillview. And let me just step out of the way here. We've got some work being done. Actually, this is a Greenville police car. I don't know if you can hear it, but they've got a chainsaw going right now and are chopping down a massive tree down there that is blocking the road. We have seen a lot of down trees in this area. I will say, though, driving up here, even, as we just hit Darke County, it wasn't until Greenville that we really started to see some damage, but we have seen a ton of down trees, some down power lines. The power is out here, we're told, at least since 8:39, so several hours now. I actually just spoke with a mom and daughter. They had their entire family of 5 actually in their basement. This is a look at their home. This tree right here that you're looking at, that was once on their car. They actually just moments ago were able to pull that tree up and pull the car out, but they actually just moved into this house about 2 months ago, and they've lost their fence. Again, that tree fell on their car. Now, they described the storm as hearing really loud booms. So take a listen to what they had to say. And this is Ashley and her daughter, Leanna, and they were actually in this home right behind me. They said they actually just moved in a few months ago when we were home when those storms that, Ashley, you were telling me it was pretty scary, right?
Yeah, it was real calm there at first, and we got a little thunderstorm, nothing, and then it turned like a yellow. And then it just came out of nowhere. We started hearing just a little bit of hail, and then my husband was actually yelling for me to get inside the house. And I already had my grandmother that I went and picked up for her safety, and then got our kids downstairs, got our dog downstairs, and then it just came out of nowhere. We heard branches start busting everywhere. Our fence actually got taken out, and then our vehicle is actually probably damaged because a tree landed on it, but my family is okay, and that's the important part.
I'm glad to hear that everybody is okay tonight. And so what went through your mind as you sat down there in the basement?
Because I was just, my stepbrother and I, we were just messing around, and then all of a sudden we heard a boom, 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 and then we heard, my stepdad yelling. We're like, what is going on? And then they're like, just stay down in the basement, everything's okay. And I'm like, obviously something's not right. And then we came down and just we came upstairs and just everything is just destroyed around the neighborhood. It's kind of sad, but I mean, I'm glad the houses are still livable around here, but it still sucks.
And then if you can see over there, if you pan over there to that house, Sarah, she actually, I don't know if you can see it or not, but her tree actually completely uprooted and landed on her roof. So I mean, it's neighbors helping neighbors. As soon as that happened, we went over there to get damage, called her, and then all of our neighborhood down here just all came out to help our elderly neighbors too. And so we're just very fortunate to live in the community that we have. So if we can just learn anything, it's just lean on each other.
Help each other out. That's all you can do, especially in these situations. We've had people come around asking us, do you need help? And it's first question we all are asking each other is your family safe? That's the main priority. The houses and everything can be fixed, but your family, once they're gone, they're gone. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and that neighbors helping neighbors is kind of the resounding message that we've been getting tonight. Just about an hour ago, actually, when myself and our photographer actually first got out to Greenville, there was a gentleman. He was standing, just a couple miles away in a different street, but he was standing on the corner shining a flashlight, trying to direct traffic away from a downed power line, even though he had no power and there was damage in his yard. But again, I am here on Miami in between South Chippewa and Hillview here in Greenville. Now, we're also getting reports of heavy damage at the high school. We know that Greenville schools, they are closed tomorrow. We are going to try and work our way over to that area, but the roads to the high school are actually all blocked off. Hopefully the crews back here are able to get that tree up and out of the way, so maybe we'll be able to get over there. But again, here in Greenville, power is out. We've seen a number of crews, law enforcement, fire department, police. People are really starting to really assess the damage now that the storms are over, but we'll be out here monitoring for the rest of the night. So I'll send things back to you guys.
All right, Gwen, thanks. Greenville's certainly not the only area that had some damage from these storms that moved through our area. We want to go out live to Jenna Lee Borick. She's in the Fort Recovery area. I know you just got up there about a half hour, 40 minutes ago. What have you seen during your time up there so far?
Yeah, Adam. Well, I am in Fort Recovery, and I'm standing right next to State Route 219, just east of Burville Road. And 219 is completely shut down, and all the side roads are shut down as well. So we finally got down here, and what you see is a cow barn is down. That's behind me, and there's multiple structures that look like they were here. You see the roof is torn off of one of the structures that's still standing, but there's actually a structure that's to the left of it that looks like it's been completely destroyed, and it's very dark and rural out here. But as we are looking around the fields out here, we are starting to see that debris from the roof, possibly from that other structure that was destroyed. Also on the corner of Burville and 219, we also saw some downed trees. We were told by Mercer County Emergency Response that there is a downed power line. So it's really hard to describe where the power is coming from that you're seeing. But this is just some of the damage that we're seeing. But I can tell you right now, in the fields that I've seen, there is a lot of debris spread out amongst these fields. Adam?
All right, Jenna Lee, thanks. We want to show you a video tonight that gives you some insight. This video is from New Bremen up in Auglaize County, showing power flashes as that large formation, possibly that tornado, moves through. This is one of the clearest videos that we've seen throughout the evening tonight.
And here's a live look right now from the AES Ohio outage map here behind me, where you can actually see nearly 4,000 customers are still without power tonight. Those strong storms moved through. We spoke with AES before they moved through, I should say, who stressed the importance of having an emergency kit handy for days just like this.
Number one, flashlights. Well, we're a little past the winter season, so we don't necessarily need blankets, but it never hurts to have those. The other thing too is cash. If we had something where you couldn't access money, make sure your tanks are full. Make sure that you have all your phone devices or your iPad and so on charged, so you have all those resources to call us. Or you can also report your outages online at aes-ohio/outages.
Now, she also mentioned that you may actually see more power lines down, or at least more tree limbs on power lines, since it's springtime and lots of trees are fully bloomed. So be sure to stay weather aware through the rest of the night, of course, and into tomorrow, because again, we still have that code red weather alert. For tomorrow, now the rest of the night tonight, we are still under that tornado watch. Now you can get those alerts sent right to your phone. Just download the Dayton 24/7 Now app. It's easy to do. Take out your phone, scan the QR code. That'll take you to your app store where you can download it for free.
Well, we now know tonight when the man accused of brutally attacking a security guard, firefighter, and police officer will be on trial. And we'll get to that in just a sec. Look like we're going to go to break.
We now know tonight one person has died and another now missing after an EF4 tornado tore through a small town in Oklahoma last night. Now that is the same storm system that just went through the Miami Valley, possibly causing some tornadic activity here. Authorities say over 60 homes in the area were destroyed in Oklahoma, including a nursing home. It marks the second tornado to hit the town in just 5 weeks. Brenna Rose was on the ground today and spoke to residents who are now picking up the pieces.
From above, the magnitude of destruction is catastrophic. Homes flattened or missing their roofs, cars and trailers flung like toys.
I didn't expect this much damage.
Jack Miller, 7 family members and a few neighbors made it into this storm shelter with mere moments to spare.
Her mother-in-law lives with her and she don't get around very good, wheelchair, and we literally just barely got in there with the door shut and it was hit.
Huddled together inside this cramped space, they held on tight.
As we got the door closed, we could hear things hitting the door, and me and my son-in-law My grandson was holding the door down. It was pulling on the door, trying to.
When they eventually opened it, there really wasn't much left of Miller's home, where he's lived for the last 50 years.
This is my kitchen. The wall, outside wall is gone, but everything's still in there.
They're now focused on picking up whatever pieces are left.
All right, so we've had damage all over our area tonight from potential tornadoes that hit our area, including Greenville and Fort Recovery. Jenny Borick up in Fort Recovery still tonight, gathering information about damage reports there. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Adam, I am in Fort Recovery, and I'm standing next to State Route 219, just east of Burville Road. And this is behind me where a cow barn was destroyed. We've seen a lot of debris in the fields, but it's very dark out here to be able to show you that. But we can see that the roof is torn off of one of the structures that was there. It looks like there's another structure to the left of it. We haven't been able to get closer, that was perhaps completely destroyed. We have not seen or heard that any homes were destroyed yet, but we are still trying to get around to this entire area. I can tell you that Mercer County Emergency Response said they really do need people to stay out of this area and not move the cones and come on these roads. These roads are closed for a reason. Another thing that we're seeing, perhaps, we're seeing a trailer as well that possibly could be moving livestock to a different area. Again, we haven't been able to confirm that, but we are seeing some trailers as well in this area. So we're going to continue to walk around this area and get more footage and stuff of the debris, but that's just what we're seeing right here, right now. Adam?
Generally, thanks to Skeg, a live look from our Eco Plumber Skycam now. A lot quieter as you go out tonight in the Miami Valley. Let's check back in with Natalie.
Yeah, definitely a lot quieter. We still have a tornado watch in effect, technically until 1 a.m., although I do think the National Weather Service will end up dropping it. Our tornado threat, at least for the Montgomery County area, has certainly diminished for us, but still for our southern counties, we're tracking storms just south of our region. You can notice off to the east, they've been dealing with storms that impacted us. They have tornado warning east of the Columbus area. Flash flood warnings now in place. In fact, a new flash flood warning in place for Clinton County as these storms train just south of our region. But we still do have a flash flood warning for parts of our area until about 12:45 a.m. for parts of Preble County and into Butler County. Some high water could still be out on the roads due to some of the torrential rainfall that we saw from earlier this evening. I wanted to take a look at our severe weather risk because although severe weather making its way out tonight, we have another potential for strong to severe storms tomorrow. This is the latest outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, indicating a level 1 threat for most of us, level 2 threat for our southwestern counties. I will say it's looking like a lower threat compared to what we saw for today. A lot of the risk does look like it's going to stay south of our region. That being said, we're going to watch this closely to see how things really begin to develop heading into the day tomorrow. But it does look like the biggest concern will be south of the Miami Valley. So satellite and radar showing these storms pushing their way eastward now. Still training storms south of our region, but we are much quieter, although damage still something that will be around the region through this evening. So keep that in mind. If there's high water on the roads or if there's debris on the roads, please do be extra cautious out there. I want to be sure that you are being careful as you head out this evening. Power lines have been down too with some of that damage around the area. As we do clear out overnight, waking up to 60s tomorrow morning, warm tomorrow afternoon, but there's a look at late tomorrow evening, potentially some more storms by late tomorrow evening, and a few of those could be on the strong to severe side. So I'll have a look at our 7-day coming up in a bit.
Well, major testimony on the stand in former President Donald Trump's New York hush money trial today. Adult film star Stormy Daniels explained her romantic encounter with Trump, the NDA she entered, and the $130,000 she was paid to keep quiet. Today, the judge also denied a defense motion for a mistrial. Trump called the day a disaster. He denies having an affair with Daniels, maintains the payments themselves of the case were legal expenses. The trial resumes on Thursday. Well, back in our area, middle school students showing off their drone skills to Ohio's governor and a former OSU quarterback. A look at the high-tech sport.
You're watching Dayton 24/7 now.
All right, well, we've obviously had a very busy night of storms across the Miami Valley. One of the hardest hit areas, that is in Greenville. Gwyneth Falloon has been going to several different locations up there. Where are you right now, Gwen, and what are you seeing?
Yeah, Adam, I'm still here on Miami in between South Chippewa and Hillview Street. I wanted to step out of the way here. Just a couple minutes ago, there was a Greenville police officer's cruiser sitting right here. Now you can see that's actually been replaced with some sort of heavy machinery, plow of some description, and they're actually plowing the downed tree after neighbors and officers were actually working to chop that tree up, but they're clearing it out of the way right now. And we have just seen tons of downed trees. The power is out in this area. I spoke with a woman who lived just diagonal to where I am a few minutes ago, and she was telling me that everybody was down in the basement, her entire family of 5, and she said the skies turned like yellow, and then it was like rushing to get everybody in. A tree fell onto her car. They lost their entire fence. We've seen down power lines. Again, the power is out in this area. It is very, very dark, almost hard to see if it were not for our camera lights here. But again, here on Miami in between Hillview and South Chippewa, they are plowing these down trees out of the way. I also do want to mention, as we were driving up here to Darke County, the roads were pretty clear. There really wasn't any damage. It wasn't until we hit Greenville that we started seeing things. I know we've also been getting reports from the high school. We know those schools are closed tomorrow. We're also getting reports that the field is damaged, as well as the press box. We are actually going to try and make our way over there after this. But again, just a lot of downed trees, a lot of downed power lines, a lot of debris. There's actually a shoe here in the middle of the road. But it's really difficult to see just how bad things are out here because it is so dark. There are no street lights. The power is out. All of the traffic lights are out. There are tons of road closures out here. We were just driving around trying to figure out how to get to the high school before we got back on air with you guys. And it's difficult, especially the service is not great out here. So we're trying to make our way around, but hopefully we'll be able to get some pictures on social media and online at Dayton 24/7 now of the high school. I know that is a heavily reported area, but I'll send things back to you for now.
Gwen, thank you. Well, Governor Mike DeWine and former OSU quarterback Braxton Miller visited Hayward Middle School in Springfield today to watch a demonstration of drone soccer. Now, some students at the middle school participated in the Drone National Soccer Championship in Washington, D.C. It was sponsored by the Braxton Miller Foundation. Hayward Middle School is the first school in the state to start a drone soccer team.